there's a question there is, what should somebody do 5 years out? And that 5 year, make sure you got your business in order, start running it. You don't have to go completely equity business, zero add back type of thing. There's always things you can justify. We're not judging. We're not the government. There's legitimate business expenses that aren't going to continue, which, we get. But start, make sure you have good data. Make sure you can tie things out. Make sure you have history. Make sure you can answer the questions of, okay, what's happened with your direct labor as a percent of revenue? It's gone from 26 up to 28%. Quarter, for the first quarter over last quarter, and your 12-month trailing performance on this has slowly crept up. What's going on there? Making sure that your pricing is reflective of the quality of product that you're providing. Make sure you have good pricing. It's tough to go in and buy something and then immediately have to raise their prices. I mean, that's not a strategy we like to employ, because nothing will cause more disruption than that. As I said, we had rules. We didn't want to change anybody's name, so make sure that we still maintain that presence in the community. But if somebody sees that, okay, I deal with Bob's Heating. Last year, my service agreement was $110. Now it's $220. Geez, what's happening? What's going on? And we don't advertise. When we buy somebody, we don't do a big press release. We don't do a big splash. We'll wait a month before we even tell the employees of the company, if ever. And we leave that up to the seller. We give them a lot of control in that, because they know their team better than we do. We don't change the name. We still contribute to the communities. They still have their mascots handing out, the fuzzy animals at the hockey games and things. So we keep all that very quiet. But we, behind the scenes, a company can start really getting their ducks in a row, make sure they got a good ERP system, make sure they're not using some software system that they wrote. Make sure that if they are going through a software transition, they give it a year, because it takes that much time to tie that out. Make sure that their employment records are good. Make sure that they're complying with all laws. So there's a lot that I would recommend. And we have these conversations when we're doing a first intro call. We'll start asking some of these questions, and we'll get a sense of, why are they ready to be bought or not? Are we going to have to do a lot of work? How much wood are we going to have to chop on this once we close a deal? And we've probably backed away from more deals because of stuff like that. Is it incompetence or integrity? Those are the two things I always look at that when I'm walking through. Okay, is it they just don't know, or are they trying to do something funny? We've seen some interesting things out there. So, and then past practices are a good indication of the integrity of the organization. We look at how they've been running their business. Companies that 1099 everybody, they're like, hey, guys, time out. What are you trying to achieve here? Do you really want to sell this thing? So, there's a lot that goes into it. I think my many years of being the leader at Isaac has really helped with that. And our partners, enjoy having me on the team, I hope, because I can provide that behind the scenes look. Whenever we do a site visit, that's an early on thing that we like to walk around and kick the tires. I want to make sure that this thing passes smell tests.
Sure.
Are you really running a $10 million business out of here? It's one room. There's no there. I mean, come on, guys. Where are you stocking your trucks? Well, we delivered it to their house in the morning. Well, that's not something we can scale. I mean, it's not scalable. There's heroic overcoming a poor process here. So yeah, you have one person that's doing everything. That's not scalable. So we'll usually shy away from that. We want a good established business that is not perfect, because that's where the beauty lies and our value lies in that accretive gain we can get in that company.
Don't miss an episode. Subscribe now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts.